Hello, this is a Daniel Daily. This is a review of Chronicles of an Age of Darkness, Volume 6, Wishstone and Wonderworkers by Hugh. I read this back when it was first published, which was 1990, I think, or 91, something like that, 1990. And it's 10 volumes of the Chronicles of Age of Darkness. Hugh Cook's a British author who moved around a bit, moved to New Zealand, and I think even the Cook Islands or something like that, and even Japan, where he married his wife or something like that. I'll read the blurb from the back. This is Volume 6, set on the island of Untunchilamon in the world of Olo Milan. Shabble, in appearance a miniature sun, though coloration tends to be changeable and idiosyncratic. In voices eccentric, speaking at will in any of the accents heard ever on Untunchilamon, even those unplaceable foreign accents otherwise voiced only by the conjurer Odolo. In behaviour feckless, for Shabble has scant regard for consequences, that is Shabble. While Shabble is still hanging there in the air, a massive energy drain affects all of Ingiltabradura. Lights darken, fires go out, candles die. Then, to Shabble's horror, Shabble feels something trying to seize Shabble's own energy. Shabble squeals in fright and flees down the nearest drainpipe. The drainpipe naturally leads downstairs. Downstairs! There is horror down there, and Shabble fears it greatly. Yet the alternative is death. What has caused this massive energy drain? It is left to Cheggery Guy, an Ebril Islander, to find out. This is unfortunate, as his chief skills are as a knife fighter and a rock gardener. And yet it is he who finally holds the future of the entire equatorial island of Untunchilamon in his hands. Of other forms, okay. So this is sort of like a prequel to the Vizier and the Witch Volume 7. They sort of go hand in hand. And the Volume 6 and 7 are the most sarcastic after the Walrus and Warwolf Volume 4. And it's got a foreword. I'll read from the foreword. Mighty are the labours of the redactors of Odrum, and merciless is their diligence. As it endured redaction in the dungeons of Odrum, the text which follows became encumbered by a full 2 million words of explication and interpolation. In the interest of convenience, readability, and sanity, most of this overgrowth has been cut away. The enormity of the labours expended by Odrum upon this text boggles the imagination. Upon the foundation of this historical account there was erected a terrifying redactorial monument complete with an elaborate apparatus of footnotes, screeds of etymological speculation, and hundreds of thousands of words of textual analysis. Only very few of the comments by some of the more prominent redactors have been left to give a faint indication of the flavour of the text in its redacted form. The rest of Odrum's editions have been soundlessly elided, which is only fair since Odrum's scholars were equally ruthless in their abbreviation of the originator's writings. So Hugh Cook presents this as from a fictional redactor, scribe, as to recording the history, a fictional historian. I'll read from the story proper. That's a story proper, that's a make-up forward. Chapter 1. Untunchilamon is an equatorial island girded by reefs of red coral, an island of magic mystery which lies mid-ocean between the continents of Argon and Yestron. Since that is our setting, what then is our story? You will have heard much of Untunchilamon in saga, song, chronicle, or legend, and will doubtless expect this tale to deal with the fate of a famous bard of that island. But it does not. The precious bard of Untunchilamon was stolen some years before our story opens, when a ruthless band of water thieves ventured into Ingiltabradura and looted the treasury. Therefore the bard was fated elsewhere. To the west, in fact, to Argon. But the history does not touch upon Argon. This account deals instead with Wishstone, the fabulous bauble ornamenting the sceptre of the Empress Justina, who came to power in Ingiltabradura after Constantine Frug went mad, another good man destroyed by syphilis, and was incarcerated in Dromdan Jerry. History opens in the year Justina 5, To be precise, it opens in the season of Festively, time of a long dry, when the doldrums are settled over Untunchilamon. Then the wind is nil or chancy and precipitation is zero. Not that this worries the good folk of Inchultapajura, for the fountain's source downstairs supply them with all the water one could wish for, and then some. Okay. So it doesn't bring out too much sarcasm there, but you can notice the mocking tone and the all that sort of stuff from Hugh. Rex Leader, a redacted major. That's interesting. So I read all 10 volumes when I was younger, back many years ago now. I've been doing all these reviews just in the last little few hours and getting them all done. The Wordsmiths of the War Guild, I haven't reviewed it, but there's a chapter 29 excerpt. You can find it on YouTube, and I've already done volume 1 extensively on commentaries and things. The Wizards of the Warriors. But if you look up Wordsmiths and War Guild, you'll find my video on that. That's on YouTube as well. So there it is, Wishstones of a Wonderworker. Very good. One of the better ones in the saga, to my way of thinking anyway.